A young woman was crying bitterly in the waiting room of the railway station at Upper Asquewan Falls, New York. A beautiful young woman? That is exactly what Billy Magee wanted to know, as, closing the waiting room door behind him, he stood staring just inside. Were the features against which that frail bit of cambric was agonizingly pressed of a pleasing contour? The girl's neatly tailored corduroy suit and her flippant but charming millinery augured well. Should he step gallantly forward and inquire in sympathetic tones as to the cause of her woe? Should he carry chivalry even to the lengths of Upper Asquewan Falls? No, Mr. Magee decided he would not. The train that had just roared away into the dusk had not brought him from the region of skyscrapers and derby hats for deeds of knight-errantry upstate. Anyhow, the girl's tears were none of his business. A railway station was a natural place for grief, a field of many partings, upon whose floor fell often in torrents the tears of those left behind. A friend, mayhap a lover, had been whisked off into the night by the relentless 5:34 local. Why not a lover? Surely, about such a dainty, trim figure as this, courtiers hovered as moths about a flame. Upon a tender, intimate sorrow, it was not the place of an unknown Magee to intrude. He put his hand gently upon the latch of the door. And yet, dim and heartless and cold was the interior of that waiting room. No place, surely, for a gentleman to leave a lady sorrowful, particularly when the lady was so alluring. Oh, beyond question, she was most alluring. Mr. Magee stepped softly to the ticket window and made low-voiced inquiry of the man inside. "What's she crying about?" he asked. A thin, sallow face, on the forehead of which a mop of ginger-colored hair lay listlessly, was pressed against the bars. "Thanks," said the ticket agent. "I get asked the same old questions so often, one like yours sort of breaks the monotony. Sorry I can't help you. She's a woman, and the Lord only knows why women cry. And sometimes I reckon even he must be a little puzzled. Now, my wife—" "I think I'll ask her," confided Mr. Magee in a hoarse whisper. "Oh, I wouldn't," advised the man behind the bars. "It's best to leave 'em alone. They stop quicker if they ain't noticed." "But she's in trouble," argued Billy Magee. "And so'll you be, most likely," responded the cynic, "if you interfere. No, sirree, take my advice. Shoot old Asquewan's rapids in a barrel if you want to, but keep away from crying women." The heedless Billy Magee, however, was already moving across the unscrubbed floor with chivalrous intention. The girl's trim shoulders no longer heaved so unhappily. Mr. Magee, approaching, thought himself again in the college yard at dusk, with the great elms sighing overhead, and the fresh young voices of the glee club ringing out from the steps of a century-old building. What were the words they sang so many times? "Weep no more, my lady. Oh, weep no more today." He regretted that he could not make use of them. They had always seemed to him so sad and beautiful. But troubadours, he knew, went out of fashion long before railway stations came in. So his remark to the young woman was not at all melodious. "Can I do anything?" A portion of the handkerchief was removed, and an eye, which Mr. Magee noted was of an admirable blue, peeped out at him.